Daf Yomi, Tractate Bava, page 17b, part 2, towards the bottom of the page, starting with the words Virava Tzroros Asalash Ma'inan. The Gemara asks, and Rava, did he come to teach us the halacha of pebbles? The substance of Rava's statement is that for damage caused by the indirect action of an animal, its owner pays half the cost of the damage. That is identical to the halacha of pebbles articulated in the Brisa cited earlier. The Gemara answers no. Rava teaches us the halacha in the case of a calf pulling a cart, karon. Mosheches bikaron. Just as with regard to a zav, the status of a vessel. That a zav moves is like that of a vessel which he came into contact. So to the status of damage caused by the cart pulled by the animal is like the damage caused by the animal's body and is not considered direct damage like in the case of pebbles. Tanya Kavosei de Rava. It is taught in a Brisa, according to the opinion of Rava. An animal is deemed forewarned with regard to breaking objects in the course of its walking. How so? If an animal entered into the courtyard of the injured party and it damaged an object with its body in the course of its walking, or with its hair in the course of its walking, or with the saddle that is on it, or with the packed saddlebag that is on it, or with the halter that is in its mouth, or with the bell that is around its neck, or if a donkey caused damage with its burden, or if a calf caused damage while pulling a cart, all in these cases, the owner pays full cost of the damage. Tana Rabbanan Tarnagolim, Shehayu Machatiti Mechevel Dili, Finisaka Chevel Vinishbar Hadili, Mishalman Nezek Shalem. The sages taught in a case where chickens were pecking at the rope tied to a bucket, and the rope was severed, and the bucket fell and broke, their owner pays the full cost of the damage. Rava raised the dilemma: if an animal trod upon a vessel but did not break it, and the vessel then rolled to another place and broke there, what is the halacha? Rava elaborates in determining one's liability for causing damage. Do we follow the initial action that ultimately led to the damage? And in this case is regarded as damage caused by the animal itself. Accordingly, the owner would pay the full cost of the damage, as he would in any case classified under the primary category of trampoline. Or perhaps do we follow the breaking of the vessel, and therefore this case is regarded as similar to the case of pebbles propelled by the foot of an animal in the course of its walking, since the vessel was not broken by direct action of the animal, but rather as an indirect result of the animal's action. Tisholei min de Rabba. The Gemara suggests resolve Rava's dilemma from the statement of Rabba. As Rabba says, if one threw a vessel from a roof and another came and broke it with a stick as it was falling, the famous case, Zarak Kli Mirosh Hagag. Right. It's also in a video, I think, by MDY from Eli Stefanski. Okay. Broke it. Okay, he throws a vessel off a roof, and it falls down. He takes a bat and goes, psh, breaks it like that. Okay. The one who hit it with the stick is exempt from all liability, as we say to him that broke the vessel. He broke a broken vessel. From the moment the vessel Tavir Tavar. Okay. From the moment the vessel was tossed from the roof, it was inevitable that it would break. Consequently, breaking the stick as it was falling has no real effect. Apparently, the initial action is the decisive factor in determining liability for damages. The same should be the halacha in a case where a vessel was trod upon by an animal but did not break, and the vessel then rolled to another place and broke there. The liability should be determined based on the initial action that caused the damage. The Gemara rejects this proof. The halacha in this case is clear to Rabbah, who ruled as he did, but it remains a dilemma to Rava. One cannot prove the opinion of one Amora from the opinion of another. Tashema, the Gemara suggests, come in here, Hidus, Einamuad. Come in here the resolution of this dilemma from another brisa with regard to hopping, Hidus, hopping, Einamuad. A chicken is not deemed forewarned, and some say that it is forewarned. Yesh Omrim Harez Muad. Hidus sal kadaitach, elav hidus vihitis. The Gemara questions the formulation of the brisa. Does it enter your mind to raise the possibility that a chicken is not forewarned with regard to hopping? Hopping is the typical manner or movement for chickens. Rather, it is not that the reference in the brisa is to a case where the chicken was hopping, and the hopping propelled the vessel to roll to another place, and the vessel is broken there, and they disagree with regarding this. Ubehaka mifligi. One sage holds that we follow the initial action that ultimately led to the damage, and since hopping is a typical manner of movement for a chicken, its owner is responsible for any damage that resulted from its hopping. And one sage holds we follow the breaking of the vessel. Basar mikara azlinan or basar tavar mana. Do you go from the beginning or do you go from the end? Holds from the initial action to cause the damage, and that's comparable to the case. You throw it off the roof, it's basar mikara azlinan or basar tavar mana, which means do you go by the end? One sage holds that we follow the breaking of the vessel, and since there was an additional factor that broke the vessel, the owner of the chicken is not liable. No, the Gemara rejects this parallel between the dispute and the dilemma. No, the dispute in the brisa can be explained differently. This concludes page 17b, to be continued with 18a.